Hi guys, I'm SimiB and welcome to my 100 Days of Making Comic Challenge. Now, it has been 2 weeks that I haven't posted anything on my YouTube channel, and I'm sorry for that. Honestly, it was my fault because I got distracted of doing other things, but they were related to making a YouTube video. As you can see, I made this avatar, and even though I made this cool avatar that I can put in my videos now, I should have done it like other people would have done it, by still posting videos and working on my avatar on the side. But yeah, I had to do it the stupidest way, so sorry for that. For the past 2 weeks, I have been working on my comic, so I'm still on schedule with the 100 Days of Making Comic Challenge. And here again, there are some things that I've changed on working on my comic. Now, I was rereading my storyboards that I've created, and I was quite satisfied of what I've written and what I've drawn. But the only thing that I really didn't like was that it wasn't a short story. It was basically too long for me to consider it as a short story. So I sat down and thought to myself, well, should I just continue storyboarding the other stories and just create this comic? Or sit down for a moment and think about what exactly went wrong of creating a short story? I know I'm really bad at summarizing things and keeping it short, and even if I talk long, I don't get to the point. And that is another reason why I wanted to do a short story, to see where exactly I need to improve on, and figuring out why exactly I can't summarize things well. So yeah, when I reread my short story storyboards, I realized that the stories were okay, and they were fun to read. But the main problem that I've seen in all of my stories was the purpose, the theme that I'm trying to tell in my story is not really clear to see. And yeah, there are stories where you can have a story where the theme is very vague and the reader can make their own mind what exactly is the moral of the story or what the story is about. But even this vague theme attempt, I kind of fail. Because how I said, reading my story is kind of enjoyable, but it's not memorable. You don't sit down and think about, wow, this story was about this and that. It's just a story where you feel like, okay, there were these characters and they did that and that. That was cool. Up to the next story. So I thought to myself, damn, what should I do now? And I kind of panicked a little bit and thought to myself, oh my god, I need to rework all my stories right now. And thinking about falling back into the trap of reworking my work. What wasn't the point of doing this comic, first of all? And then I bumped onto a thing that happens to me week after changing my mind, is when I started this comic, I was very optimistic with my goal. Even though I was telling to myself I'll be working on a short story, I still had this grand idea of succeeding a 5 short story in just a few months, even though I haven't even finished one short story in my whole life. So week after week, and like these last 2 weeks, I was thinking more and more realistically, what can I even achieve? You can never win a soccer game if you've never learned to aim or shoot into a goal, or expect to draw a Mona Lisa if you have never put the pen on the paper. So I had to suck it up and tell myself, just do one story. Just one short story. So I chose one of my 5 witch stories, where I felt like I could translate my story very well on a piece of paper, where I know what happens at the beginning, middle and end, and what the theme of this story is. Another thing that I made myself clear was to think about what exactly is a short story. Or better said, how many pages does a short story actually consist? Now, the answer can vary. It can be between 25 to 100 pages as far as I know. But since I'm practicing making a theme very clear in a story and summarizing very well, I decided to make a very, very short story in just 24 pages. Now, you can't frame every story into 24 pages, especially if you want to make a story where you want the readers to engage with the characters. Making a short story with 24 pages and killing it that the readers really are engaged with your story is a skill. And I'm not saying that I'll be aiming to make a killer story, that you guys, when you read the story, are really engaged with my characters. My goal of only making 24 pages is to just finish a story that has a beginning, middle, and end, and a clear theme. So yeah, I've been working on this one short story. I'm pretty much done with the storyboarding. I'm still working on the character designs of the other characters, except of my main character. And probably next week, I'll be already starting drawing on my comic. Finally! And I'll say again what I said in my last video. I don't think by changing my comic process, I'll be making it easier for me. It's more like that I was too optimistic at the beginning of doing this comic and just stepping one step down to the reality and to my standards that I am capable of doing. On the one hand, I'm a bit mad at myself that I made these high standards of creating this comic, but on the other hand, I'm also very happy that I even realized while working on it, hey, I'm doing something very difficult that I've never done, and maybe I should just take a step back. The Webtoon Contest is open, so I started reading a few of the mind-blowing and heartwarming comics, and oh my god, there are so many great comics out there. While reading these comics, I always feel really proud for these people because they've finished it. They've finished these chapters and are posting it, and they're killing it. And I'm really, really happy for them. I'm really excited to see who will win this contest, but even if someone doesn't win the contest, I still feel like by just participating in this contest or just posting anything, these people will get engagement with the people and just have a short story done. And I'll be happy when I finally finish my short story. Maybe it's just my optimistic side telling me this right now, but I really feel like I'm going in the right direction, and I finally see a small light that I'm walking towards to. So yeah, that's the update of the last few weeks. I hope we see each other next week in my next video again, if I don't get distracted again or do some stupid things. Other than that, I hope you have a wonderful day, and yeah, see you next time. Bye!